I know exactly where I was when Jimmie Johnson retired. After Gordon retired and stuff, I'm a huge Gordon fan. He's my all-time favorite. I gained a soft spot for Jimmie Johnson after that, just knowing that Jeff Gordon co-owned that car and, he handpicked Jimmie Johnson as his driver. I always had a soft spot for him. And I remember exactly where I was the day that he retired. I was eating at my cafeteria and the news broke. I was on my phone and I was like, oh my God, he's retiring. Holy crap. Ran back to my room, made a video. Tonight, I was eating Arby's in peace, people. And I get on my phone and I say, it's Tuesday night or Wednesday night of championship week. Surely there won't be any big news, right? Right? I was wrong. Maybe one of the biggest news stories of the season in terms of off-the-track stuff, because, obviously we just had Ross Chastain pull off the move of the century 3 days ago. But now, up there with Kyle Busch going to RCR, Jimmie Johnson is back. And he's not just driving this time, he's going to be co-owning a team. Where did this come from? Nowhere. There was never rumors of it. There was never early reports of it being in talks, like the whole Jordan-Denny Hamlin thing. This just popped out of nowhere. It's not official yet, but it's being reported by one of the top NASCAR journalists, which is good enough for me, because I guarantee you, sometime this weekend, it'll be confirmed by Jimmie Johnson, Richard Petty, and Maury Gallagher, because it's about to everyone's saying this on the internet, so I know I'm not the first one to say, but make room, Richard Petty and Maury Gallagher. There's another 7-time champion owning this team. I guess Maury Gallagher's not a 7-time champion, but you get my point. What is this? Okay, let's read it. From Jordan Bianchi himself. News. Jimmie Johnson is finalizing a deal to obtain an ownership stake within the Petty GMS organization starting in 2023, as sources close to Johnson and Petty GMS have told The Athletic. Johnson will also drive and select races for the team. An announcement is expected this week. What? Who? What? Where? Why? When? How? Oh my gosh. This is crazy. I don't know what to say. This is something else. There's been talks of Jimmie coming back to NASCAR. He's not doing full-time IndyCar anymore. And I was like, I could see that, him getting in a part-time car, like the Project 91 car to do the double. He's wanted to do the double, so the Indy 500, then the Coke 600. So it doesn't shock me that he's coming back as a driver. It shocks me that he's coming back to co-own a Cup Series team and also to drive for himself. Sure, he's not going to be competing for an 8th championship. Sure, he's not going to be, talked about every single week of the NASCAR season. But the fact that he is coming back and running in races in honestly decent equipment is intriguing. Look at Petty GMS this year. Well, at least look at the 43 side of things. Erik Jones, before the playoffs started, was top 15 in points. He's having an outstanding year in that car. That team has had an outstanding year in their first year as Petty GMS. Erik Jones even has a win back at Darlington in the Southern 500. That team is on the rise. They have a solid driver in Erik Jones. They're about to get a very solid driver in Noah Gragson in that 42 car. This team has a good bit of potential, and it's thanks to the next-gen car, let's be honest. Prior to this year, Richard Petty Motorsports, Petty GMS, whatever they were before, they were usually a 20th to 25th place in the points team. With Bubba Wallace, even with Erik Jones in his first year as a driver there. They were a 20th to 25th place team, and every once in a while they'd sneak out a win like Eric Almirola in 2014. So not every once in a while, but once every 5 or 6 years, they'd sneak out a win with the 43. So, yeah, they have not been a top-tier team. That is no question. But this year, they're still not a Hendrick. They're still not a Gibbs, not even a Penske. But they've been up there. They've been competing for wins multiple times. Look at Erik Jones at Fontana. Look at Erik Jones at, where did he win? Darlington. Look at Eric Jones at Talladega. He's been competing for race wins at different types of tracks. Petty GMS has been getting top 10s with Eric Jones a lot. This team, when you get the right driver in the car, they are doing very well right now. And now, once again, I don't think Jimmie Johnson's going to go out there, light the world on fire and win races, but you add him to the ownership side of things, that already gets eyeballs. That's going to get money potentially with sponsors. That's going to potentially entice drivers to go work for them. This is something. I don't know where it's going, but if I had to guess, it's going up. Because, oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Who would have saw this coming? Who? Not me. But, oh my goodness. Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to change the team name again. I don't know what number this third car is going to be. I don't know how many races Jimmie Johnson's going to race in. For sure the Coke 600, though, because he does want to do the double. So I'm going to, if I had to guess, the Coke 600. Maybe the Daytona 500, you know, if he's got the guts to do the Indy 500, go 240 miles an hour in an Indy car, surely he'll do the 500. It's the biggest race in NASCAR. Maybe some of the road courses. You know, he's been racing on the road courses a lot in the IndyCar Series, trying to improve there. So we might see him at COTA. He's never raced at COTA. He might want to try out COTA. He might do the Chicago Street Course. You look at Watkins Glen. That's a place he's never won. He might want to try to get it done there. And as for everywhere else, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to want to do Martinsville again. You know, that was one of his best tracks. Dover again, that was one of his best tracks. I don't know if he's going to pick the races, how these races are going to be picked, but next year we are going to see Jimmie Johnson back in a race car. We are going to see him as a team owner, where he's going to be around NASCAR a lot more. You look at the tail end of his NASCAR career, even his IndyCar career, and let's be honest, it was nothing special. He was winless the last 3 years. He missed the playoffs in 2 of his last 3 years. And in the IndyCar side of things, sure, he raced the full seasons and stuff, but his results on the road courses weren't exactly great. He did have a couple good runs on the ovals. I think he had a top 5 at Texas and a top 10 at Iowa. Maybe I have those flipped, but he had a couple good outings on the ovals. The road courses he's never been strong at, but still, the driving side of things, it's going to be fun to see him back on track. No matter how he does. He could run top 5. He could run top 40. Whatever he does, it's just going to be cool to see a 7-time champion back on the track. Especially a guy like Jimmie Johnson. Obviously, you know, he's been retired. He's only ran a full-time schedule last year, and IndyCar races less than NASCAR, so it wasn't that cruel and brutal of a schedule compared to the 38-week-a-year NASCAR schedule. But I'm curious to see how this goes. I don't think he'll do that many races, 8 to 10 at the most, if I had to guess. Ownership side, I don't know how often he's going to be going to the track, but obviously he's an owner. He's not going to have as many responsibilities like as a driver, you know, going to the media sessions, going to whatever obligations drivers have. He's going to have some less obligations, but this is big. This my goodness. Boy. 2 7-time champions owning the same team. I don't know. I don't know what car number it's going to be, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is, I can't believe this is happening. Let me know what your thoughts are. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it. Let me know what your thoughts are on Jimmie Johnson coming back to NASCAR as a driver, and then also what you think of him buying into Petty GMS. Is that going to be successful? Are they going to continue to rise? Are they going to continue to do well, win races? But wow, we've seen a lot of drivers, former drivers, or even drivers while they're driving, take ownership roles. We've seen Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin, but even Brad Keselowski too. But Jimmie Johnson, that's a new one. Wow. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you guys for the support the past week or so. We've had a lot of really, really good videos. Hopefully this one is good too. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, like, subscribe if you do like it. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Scheduled for the rest of this week. Tomorrow will be the Truck Series Championship preview. Friday will be the Xfinity Championship preview. Saturday will be the Cup Series championship preview, and I will probably make a championship race review or championship focused race year person, whoever wins, for each of those series. So we'll talk about that then. I will see you later. Have a great day once again.